Last episode, we left off battery mounted, motor mount, gotten everything buttoned up nice and tight. Love that design and setup. It turned out kind of better than I thought it was going to. And I'm kind of proud of myself. So, next thing we got to do, we got to keep up the level, keep that level high. And by doing that, I decided I wanted to take the wiring harness that came with this kit, which had like street bike blinkers and headlights and all in the wire harness. I'm not a big fan of just leaving that stuff. So I depinned everything, rebuilt it, and it all looked really good. Just, I spent probably 6 hours today diagnosing problems that I caused myself. Uh, Once again, link in the description because he is just a wizard. He is a Jedi of doing electric bikes. But Dawn Cox, once again, just came through, helped me. I kind of figured it out myself, but his guidance pushed me in the right direction. And the problems we had where the throttle wasn't working, and so I plugged in with the laptop and checked all that stuff, and it was still not working. Come to find out, I had two of the wires flipped, fixed that, but then I couldn't use my mode switch for the bike. Come to find out, I had depinned one of the main wires that go into this right here that I should have left. I put it back in, rewired it in, and as you can see, it is cut down to the bare minimum. We have our power level, our switch, our throttle. This is going to be the on-off switch. Here's the Hall effect sensor, voltmeter, and our CAN port. We got all that together, and then this one hooks up to the positive of the battery, and this is the main power to the system. That is now has to be mounted. I've made this plate, and this plate, as you see, we took the airbox boot out, and this plate sits in here. Unless I have it backwards, I do, because I'm a genius. It sits in here like so. Nope, I don't have it backwards. I had it backwards. I had it right. When you build something and then you come back to it later and you're like, nothing lines up. All right, it all lines up now. There we go. It's an aluminum plate, and I've drilled holes, tapped, and threaded into the aluminum, and I will put the bolts threading this into it, and also on the back side of these, I'm going to put the nuts, just a little bit of extra security. And this bike is going to be ridden on jumps and at basically doing freestyle at Madden MX, and so we're not going to water cool this one. We're going to use a heat sink. It's going to mount to this, and it's right in the airflow in between the bike. That is really going to help keep the heat out of the controller. Let's get this mounted up. Then we'll work on routing the cables through the tank and all that happy stuff. Yeah, let me get this mounted, get on the bike, and I'll bring you in. And it looks like it's going to be nice. We'll have those zip tied up. We still have to run a wire for the voltmeter, which I will be doing here in a second. The battery's not hooked up right now, but it runs up inside the tank. Plugs in right there. Controller fits nicely behind the airbox cover. And there's that aluminum plate that I had to mount it to. We will do some wire management. And I also put the, what do you call it, the heat sink right there, and to help that stay cool. Like I said, he's not motoing. He is just going to be running basically freestyle stuff. So another thing too, I run a hose from there to there, underneath, all the way to his clutch side. So he has rear brake for that left side handbrake, which I'm a big fan of, and we were able to remove the factory foot brake. As you can see, everything's fitting nicely. We'll have it nice and tucked away. The cable management, we'll step that up under the airbox so it looks even better. We are also going to be putting a power converter DC to DC so we can step this down to 12 volts. I know he wants to run a horn on here. I'm going to mount a horn that I have for him. And then he was talking about like an Auga horn, and that would be really cool if that's something he wants to do in the future. So I mounted this to this aluminum plate, and it'll mount to the frame on the other side and be right in this area on the inside. And that aluminum plate there is going to help this little thing dissipate heat even better. We'll get this mounted up, get the wiring done. It has 3 wires to it that shared ground. It has the yellow wire, which is the output, which is going to be the 12 volt. And this orange wire coming in is going to be battery voltage, 72 volts. Let's get this mounted up. Let's get this wired in. I'm excited. And the wire management is done. Everything is tucked away nice and neatly. I labeled all of the plugs down there. The radiator shroud actually covers up the top part of that. You can see back there is where that DC to DC converter is. And of course, you know me, gotta have the horn. Wires there. We'll zip tie some of those together. They turned out looking really well. Something I was really happy with is how this little guy right here turned out. It gives you the voltage and percentage. Nice, neat little package. And of course, there you have it. That's the build. Took me about 5 days. One of the problems was my fault. I could have done it in 4 days, but we'll call it 5. We were able to convert the rear brake to the handbrake, but I had to put a master cylinder on it, a bigger master cylinder, because the clutch one just did not have enough, I guess, volume to actually actuate the brakes. This one works great. Everything turned out looking good, and I'm happy with it. And John will be here momentarily to pick it up, and we'll see exactly what his thoughts are about his new electric bike. I appreciate everybody for watching. Please tune in. We got some more bike builds coming and some more car stuff. So I really hope you enjoy it. And if I earned it, give me a thumbs up.